Welcome to the Franklin Park Ice Arena, a community treasure that has brought together families, athletes, and friends for generations. As we celebrate this milestone, let's take a journey through the past, present, and future of this beloved facility. Joe Modric, a dedicated director from 2000 to 2022, was at the heart of this journey. Under Joe's leadership, the Ice Arena became a hub for hockey players, figure skaters, and families alike. His passion for the sport and commitment to community created a legacy that still resonates today. Let's hear from Joe as he reflects on the moments and milestones that shaped the history.
My role basically had 2 different tenures. Right out of college, I was doing my field work for the Park District. The Ice Arena was being built at that time. And so when I graduated, the building was opening. They didn't have any idea how they were going to run it, what kind of staff they needed, any of those things. And having been a hockey player in college, I ended up being given a chance to work there. It was a wonderful time because there was so many great things that happened in those early years, and so many people, and the foundation of where the facility was going to evolve was set then. There's so many great people who got the building built, number one. All these families in town, all this grassroots effort that happened, that made a big difference. And so it was a magical time to have had that opportunity. But after 16 years, I did pursue other Parks and Rec commitments where they were involved in the Ice Arenas as well. And then in 2000, I had an opportunity to come back as director. But if anyone had told me then I was going to stay longer the second time than the first time, I would have said, oh, no, that's not going to happen. 22 years later, I'm still here until I retired. So the time went by so quickly, and both times it was just, Ice Arena is still the busiest facility that the Park District has. It was always very community-oriented, just from the fact that all these families that not only got it built, but then they ran the programs, whether it's schools, community groups, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, all those kinds of things that are the kind of community things that happen on a family level and then on an institutional level. And that's something that has continued over all the years, and I think why it's still such a family-oriented place. The initial program was the Franklin Park Jets, and that became the Panthers later on. They ran that for years. They had a travel, and they had a house league program. Travel program was struggling, so they merged with a group called the Flames, and the Flames ran the travel program, and the Jets remained as the house league program. They had come up with a new program and created the Panther program, which was a good house league program that really well put together and really well thought out. So many skating directors have come out of Franklin Park. They were so good with precision skating, with ice show skating. They were a leader in that regard, and even some of their teams took national championships. So quite impressive group there. The Ice Arena was known through the 80s, especially for being the arena that had all the state championships were played there. Those games were just packed. They were standing room only crowds and very exciting. From that involvement, a tournament was created, and it was called the National High School All-Star Tournament. So 16 teams from all over the United States, from as far away as Alaska, Boston, California, Arizona, teams from everywhere. The best high school all-star teams that there were would come and play in. And along with that we had tournaments. We had international tournaments. We had tournaments with teams from Germany and Sweden and Czechoslovakia. And those tournaments were amazing as well. And then, of course, the Blackhawks, that was their home ice. For many years, they practiced there. And a lot of NHL teams would come and practice there as well. They'd come into the O'Hare, they'd fly, and they'd bring their equipment right to the arena. We'd meet them at 2 o'clock in the morning. Whatever it took to help them out, we would do it. In figure skating, some amazing things. The ice shows alone were just phenomenal every year, more creative than the year before. One year we had a live band on the ice, and the skaters performed to live music. The shows were always a rallying time for the whole staff. Everyone loved the show, and the whole building would close down for nothing but the show for 2 weeks. That was always exciting. And the competitions as well. The very, very many ISI competitions, very many USFSA competitions. Speed skating, we had world team trials there. Some of the best skaters in the world would be pre-Olympic type skaters would come out to those events. And then one other thing that was really exciting was Torval and Dean. They were Olympic gold medalists. They changed ice dancing forever. They came and practiced at the ice arena. They had already won multiple gold medals. They were now performing for the Ice Capades, the traveling ice show. They called one morning and they said, can we get ice time? Stop everything. We have to make ice. We have to cancel everything to get them here. So they came. They practiced the same maneuver 45 minutes straight, never stopped. It was the smallest little detail, but that's the kind of devotion it took to the sport, was to practice that little thing over and over and over and over again. In that time, had the opportunity to work for every director that was part of the park district, and the kind of mentoring that they did and the kind of leadership that they showed, it gave me something to strive for. More important than what it did for me was what I know it was doing for the community, to be involved in that kind of a family atmosphere and know that you're being supported and loved and cared for. That was the thing that, as a team, that was our desire. When we went through the 50th anniversary, did the discussions and some of the presentations, the idea of stories came out. And I think, to me, that's the most important thing, is that we share these stories, because every child, no matter how old or young, has these stories and these memories. And those are things that matter. They're those things that are important. They're things that affected their lives and changed their lives. And I think this is a privileged profession. It's a privilege for us to work and do this work, because the families that you encounter and the people that you get to spend time with, that's the difference. And we have to all appreciate that, from board to the part-time worker who does just a few things a week. They're all part of an amazing team. And for me to have been part of that, oh my gosh, just can't, how much more fortunate could I have been? I don't know. Probably not. I couldn't have been more fortunate.
Daniel Locascio, the current director of Parks and Recreation, is driving us forward with a vision for the next generation. Dan's dedication to innovation and community engagement ensures that the arena remains a vibrant space for all. Let's hear from Dan as he shares his insights on the present and his exciting plans for the future of the Franklin Park Ice Arena.
The Ice Arena has a lot of possibilities ahead in its future. One of the biggest things we'd like to tackle is its dependence on electricity. Ice Arena historically has always been a green building going back to when it first started. One of the things I would love to see is green anywhere we can, from solar panels to any other things that we can do to just continue to maximize everything we have. Some of the other priorities I'd love to see is a rebuilding of our in-house hockey program, more skaters, updated bathrooms and locker rooms at the Ice Arena. Some of the facilities that we had work for the time being, but we'd love to make them more up to date, ADA compliant, and just something that is appealing to the eye and aesthetically pleasing. When it was built in 1974, it was one of the few in the area. Now they have built up since then, but I think it's something that people come out, learn how to ice skate, learn how to play hockey. We have great staff. We have affordable programs with other ice arenas closing. It's a great benefit to the community to have an asset like this. The 50th anniversary was kicked off last May by our 50th anniversary ice show, followed by our September 7th 50th anniversary celebration, where we brought a lot of previous staff, board members, participants, people who were critical in the startup of the ice arena, to come back and recall some of the stories in the newspaper of the passing of the referendum, to just any day-to-day operations activities that they had. To those who championed getting the ice arena started, thank you. It's a unique building. It is one of a kind, and you didn't realize that 50 years from now, you would still have people who were there from the beginning of the ice arena still coming to the ice arena and skating, coming to the ice arena and still working. People who have retired still coming back and putting in a couple hours and teaching the next generation of employees tricks of the trade and things that they learn, because that's not something you could just go to school for. That's something you learn in the trenches by experience. It's the new generation, and they're passing this on down to their children and their children's children and their children's friends, and it's creating a new generation who enjoy hockey, enjoy figure skating, enjoy speed skating, or just come back to the ice arena and say, wow, they have so many memories when they walk through the building, and wow, this really has not changed. And just kind of taking a stroll down memory lane to pass on to their family. And it's a wonderful experience, and you can't really capture everything by description. You have to experience it. The early advocates whose visions carries on today shaped the success of the ice arena by just the little things, just the layout. Even where the studio is, there's potential if it ever wanted to be expanded on. Everything that was done, it's still carrying over today, and they should be proud. That early vision really set the foundation for the ice arena. It set the foundation and let the Partridge Crank Bar build upon that solid foundation for 25, 50, 75, hopefully 100 years. Thank you to the residents who had this vision, those that went door to door to get petitions signed, to get signatures, to put everything onto a ballot, to pass a referendum, not just pass a referendum, but pass a referendum by a 2-to-1 margin. Then have the foresight of putting the right people in charge. Thank you for electing the people that you have elected over the years to get the ice arena where they are today. And thank you to everyone that has skated at the ice arena, who has spent a dollar on open skates at the concession stand, in the pro shop, for figure skating. Thank you for getting us to where we are today, because we wouldn't be where we are without your support and your generosity.
The Franklin Park Ice Arena stands as a testament to visionaries, dedicated leaders, and a community that has embraced the magic of the ice. As we honor the past and look toward a bright future, we celebrate the enduring spirit of everyone who has made this journey possible: skaters, coaches, families, and fans. Thank you for making this community so special. Happy 50th anniversary, Franklin Park Ice Arena.